Welcome to Telegram.com, Telegram Network. This is the Oddity Report. I'm your host, Denota. I'm joined today by my co-host, Dua.
Hey, everyone.
Listen, so, there's so many scammers out here. Like, the scammer community is rampant with folks seeking to take advantage of people. Dua, question. Have you ever been scammed?
I have.
Okay, well, tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, it's embarrassing, but I'll share. So this was a couple of years ago, probably almost 10 years ago. I still had a house phone at the time, and my bank called, but who I thought was my bank. The
Okay.
voicemail said the bank's name, and it was an 800 number, so I thought it was legit.
Okay.
And on the other side, the employee was asking me to verify the last four, the security code on my debit card.
Oh, okay.
And
On
I-
your bank card,
Yes.
not credit card.
Not my credit card, my
Okay.
debit card. And I was like, I've never had to give this before. This is really odd. So I felt like it was wrong in my gut, but I'm like, oh, it looks legit. Like I said, the bank number was on the caller ID, so I gave it to them.
Gotcha.
And then maybe an hour later, a bunch of transactions, a bunch of purchases from my
Mhm.
checking account.
Oh,
And
wow.
it took like maybe a whole month to get the money back and get a new debit card. It was just such a disaster.
Okay.
And I felt like I was being scammed, but like I said, it felt legit. So I gave them the information. So I kind of feel like I gave them the money,
Okay.
but
Okay.
that's what happened to me.
Okay. I got you. Well, listen, you're not alone because, like, more recently, I was the victim of a scammer.
Really?
Yes. So
Denota.
I've received, like, an email from someone, and it was basically like one of those, how would you say, like Nigerian scams? Yeah, so they sent me an email. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask if you would be so gracious as to read it.
Sure.
Now this here, yeah. So this here is the email from the scammer to me.
Okay. So at the top it says, "This is a certified letter." And then it goes, "Greetings, Denota. My name is Lloyd Winthrop, heir to the throne of a prominent Nigerian village. I hope this message finds you in good health and high spirits. I'm writing to you with an exceptional and life-changing opportunity. As an esteemed individual, you have been selected to receive a grand sum of 10 million US dollars as a part of an international philanthropic initiative aimed at improving lives and fostering goodwill. However, before we proceed with the transfer of this substantial amount to your account, we must ensure your sincerity and commitment to this process. Therefore, a token of loyalty is required. This involves a sum refundable fee of $900. This amount is necessary to verify your seriousness and to facilitate the secure and seamless transfers of the funds to you. Please send the $900 promptly through Zelle, and once received, we will immediately initiate the transfer of the $10 million to your bank account. Rest assured, this token will be reimbursed to you along with your grand reward. I urge you to act quickly to secure your position in this unique opportunity. Feel free to contact me directly should you have any questions or require further clarification. Best regards, Lord Winthrop, heir to prominent Nigerian village." So what was your reaction when you got this?
So my reaction when I got it, I mean, I was pretty excited, right? I mean, listen, I'm about to make an easy $10 million. That was my reaction, So, I mean, the first thing I did was immediately go and get the $900.
Denota.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about to get $10 million, and it seemed official enough.
So you actually ended up sending it.
I actually end up sending it.
And then what happened?
I mean, a few days went by. I didn't hear anything back, so I figure I'll do a follow-up. So I sent him a follow-up email, and I said, look, it's been a couple of days. I haven't received the $10 million as promised. Please advise as to the status of the promised money.
And did they respond back? Like, what happened after that?
I mean, they did. He responded back.
The Nigerian heiress.
Yeah, I mean, that's a legitimate position, a prominent heir to a Nigerian village. I didn't think anything of it. And I sent him a follow-up email, and it took some time, but he ultimately did respond. He replied with an email to me after he received it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the email is right here. Dua, could you just read this as well,
Yeah,
please?
sure. So this is the response, and it says, "Dear Denota, I hope this message finds you well. I'm writing to acknowledge the receipt of the $900 token of loyalty. Your prompt action and commitment to this process are greatly appreciated. We are currently in the final stages of processing your $10 million transfer. However, there have been some unforeseeable administrative expenses that have arisen, which require immediate attention to ensure the funds are released without delay. To cover these unexpected costs and to expedite the transfer process, an additional amount of $1,500 is required. Once this is settled, we can guarantee the swift and secure transfer of your promised $10 million. I trust you understand the importance of these final steps and appreciate your continued cooperation. Please send the additional amount at your earliest convenience to avoid any further delays. Thank you for your understanding and patience. Best regards, Denota."
I mean, listen, you know that there about the $1,500 that threw me through a loop because I actually didn't have it, and you know the funny thing about it is that's when I actually began calling Dua because I figured that this was a life changing opportunity, and I wanted her to be a part of it. So I'm calling her, I'm texting her, I'm calling her, I'm texting her. I'm not getting any response, and to be honest with you, I feel like you pretty much ruined an opportunity for me.
Denota. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Can I play one of the voicemails that you left me?
What voice? I didn't leave you any voicemails because at
let
the
me
end of
pull
the
it up.
day, you would think that when a friend reaches out to you for help, and this is, might I add, a quite magnificent opportunity for me to become extraordinarily wealthy, and you just ignored it, and you knew exactly what I needed, and I mean, $1,500 to you is like, you know, it's like it's like pennies. It's nothing, and I'm confused why you didn't see that you could have just given it to me, and I certainly would have given it back to you.
You know what, people? Let me play this voicemail and then I will explain myself because my friend here, who I thought was a friend, has lost it.
This is outrageous because
Playing it.
my last. Hey, Dua, this is Denota. Listen, I'm calling to let you know that I won't be doing the Oddity Show report with you anymore. Because I have a bunch of money coming my way. Look, it's a long story. I can't get into all of the details. All I can say is I'm working with a real life Prince Hakeem. And in a few days, he's going to deposit 10 million US dollars into my bank account. Look, I know you'll make this show successful on your own. Please accept my apologies because I want us to remain on good terms as a backup plan, you know, just in case the deal doesn't work out. Peace.
Denota. I thought we were friends. I thought we were doing the oddity report together.
We are.
And then you send me that voicemail talking about I have money coming in. You're going to be okay by yourself.
Okay.
I'm excited about this opportunity. Good luck. So where was this, the friendship just seemed like you threw it out the window and now I'm your backup plan in case the 10 million doesn't come through?
Well, my thing was initially I was concerned about that amount of money entering into your life and changing you in a way from your core values and principles. Money changes people. And I didn't want to be that person who effectuated that sort of change in your life. And so ultimately the deal didn't work out. And I apologize. I mean, in the voicemail, I actually apologize. So I'm confused when you receive that text message, right? You didn't even send me a congratulations. So I'm confused by the entire thing.
Denota, this is clearly a scam.
How do you know it's a scam? How do you know it's a scam? It seems legitimate. It came from a prominent heir to a Nigerian village. I mean, that seems pretty legit to me.
To know that these Nigerians have been trying to scam people since the 90s. I'm sure everyone has gotten an email similar to this.
No, but this is different because if you see here, number one, see, you could talk about people getting all of these letters and correspondence, but this here is different because
How is it different?
because here you can see that this is actually a certified letter. It reads it right here. You read it earlier. It says this is a certified letter. Why would someone send me a certified letter through an email if it's not legitimate?
Denota, there's nothing certified about this email. Certified letters come through the mail, through physical mail. This was just an email, a scam email. It could have said this is a scam at the top, but they wanted to make it more legitimate for people who don't realize certified mail is only through physical snail mail.
Yeah, but they still put certified on it. Those words are reserved for official pieces of correspondence. This here is an official piece of correspondence. And it's interesting how you're deflecting away from the fact that you had an opportunity to help out a friend who was in need. And interestingly enough, you're making it about you.
Denota, you never told me you were going to share this 10 million. The voicemail was all about me, 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 me. I'm out of here. Good luck with the Oddity Report. You never mentioned sharing. You were asking me for money. Why would I respond? And first of all, let's back up a minute. Did you send the initial $900? Oh yeah, you did.
Yes, I did.
Did you send the $1,500?
I couldn't because you didn't answer my phone
well,
calls.
Thank goodness I did it. It's a scam.
But could you please explain why you didn't answer my phone calls? Like after that initial voicemail that I sent you, but I tried to contact you. I don't understand why you were not able to at least reply back. Let me know that you were okay. Let me know that you were good. Let me know whether or not you had the $1,500 to give me.
You didn't care about me.
I did.
You were only calling me because you didn't have the $1,500 to continue sending to your scammer.
Oh, so now we get into the real crux of it.
The real crux of it is I thought we were friends.
Okay.
And you're letting this scammer come between us. And it's not even real. You're not getting this $10 million.
But we will never know now because you didn't want to give me the $1,500.
Denota, you sent them $900 and they asked you for more.
Yeah, but it was in the letter. They indicated that they would reimburse me. Sometimes there's always going to be costs associated with transactions. That's completely legitimate and understandable.
If it was legit, they would never ask you for a loyalty fee. That's ridiculous.
But that's help with the processing because these things come with costs and expenses. So I'm confused as a friend. Why weren't you answering my calls?
Friend, didn't I just tell you my scam story? I think you should call your bank. Maybe you can somehow get your money back because this is a scam. You're not getting 10 million US dollars from a Nigerian heiress from a Nigerian village. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, but we would never know now. You still haven't answered why you failed to answer my call.
Noda, you send me that voicemail saying good luck. And then after that, you send me text messages, phone calls asking you for $1,500. Where does that make sense? Why would I send you the money?
You know what doesn't make sense is that you manage artfully to make this about you. And the bottom line is this was an opportunity for me to get $10 million, for me to make my life better. And you just didn't care about that. You were more concerned about, he said goodbye to the show. Yeah, but I didn't say goodbye to you as a friend. I said goodbye to the show because why would I need to do this bootleg show? At least that was my thinking when I thought I was going to come into $10 million and I could just live the easy life.
So does it make sense for you to be out $900 and for me to be out $1,500 and no one gets 10 million? You are not getting this money. You're not.
I think the opportunity is still there. It's been some time. And I'm going to be honest with you. Now that I'm hearing what you're saying and listening to your experience, perhaps, maybe, just maybe, there's a little bit of scamming involved. But
maybe.
What I'm, just upset about is the fact that you had an opportunity as a friend to help me potentially achieve a lifelong dream of becoming a multimillionaire in a blink of an eye. And I guess, was that your opportunity to get even with me?
Never. Okay, listen, Denota, we are friends. I would and will support you in any legitimate business opportunities. Now, that was not legitimate. And furthermore, you were talking about once this money comes in, maybe I'll use you as a backup plan. How are you being a friend to me? Where's my support here?
But how do you get to determine what's legitimate and what isn't?
I told you my scam story. I can smell these things, Denoda.
Yeah, but there are people that get rich every day through the lottery. Are those scams? Is the lottery? Because I'm sure there are plenty of people out here who played the lottery and they actually won. What makes this any different? It's a chance of a lifetime. It's something, it's a form of gambling in a sense. Like you take your chance. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Well, here's the thing. The lottery is state-backed, state-run, correct?
Yeah.
In the
sanctioned.
U.S., where we live,
True.
this is from an heiress from a Nigerian village. How can you verify that he or she is who they say they are? Heiress, actually, it's a she.
Because they sent it through an email.
An email.
They sent the correspondence through an email, and I was able to reply back to that email.
What was the email address?
The email address was Lord Winthrop at lordwintropindustries.is.
Denoda. That's not a real email address. It's some random on the other side, and he or she is $900 richer. Now, let me ask you this. You sent the $900. You didn't hear back, right? You
Not
had to
initially.
follow up. You had to follow up.
Because they were still processing the paperwork.
Oh, my goodness, Denoda. Do you really believe this is legit?
I think maybe now in hindsight,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps
Mm-hmm.
it was a scam, but there is still a part of me that think that if I would have completed the transaction, because I believe in seeing things through completion. I don't want to abandon these opportunities. And so knowing now, since you weren't willing to give me the $1,500,
Oh, my goodness.
that I would never know now. And I think, like, I want to send a message out to everyone out there. Like, if you get an opportunity where someone is going to give you a bunch of money, you need to lean into it. You need to
No.
scrape
do
up
do
all of
not
the money
listen to him.
that you can get your hands on.
Well, let me let you continue.
Because what you really have is there's going to be people that's going to be family, they're going to be friends, and they're going to discourage you from taking these types of chances. And you have to be willing to put yourself out there. That's what this is about. How here I am, willing to throw everything away in order to pursue my dreams, my hopes, my ambitions of becoming a multimillionaire. And the only thing standing in the way of this is my so-called, supposed, proposed friend, Dua. And I'm confused by that.
Denoda. Okay. You know, that is a very notable trait that you mentioned earlier, seeing things to completion,
Yes.
dreaming,
Yes.
right? Putting energy behind your dreams, but you can't be draining your resources. This Nigerian heiress got the $900,
Okay.
scammed you out of $900, I might add. You follow up on this fictitious money, and what does she do? She asks for more money.
Yeah, but
How do you know, Denoda, that had you sent that $1,500, that the heiress wouldn't ask for $3,000 back?
see, but that this is part of the issue where when you're looking to people to support you, and only thing they could come up with is more questions.
Wow.
And these are questions that will remain unanswered because I was unable to follow through. Because let me ask you this, Dua. Did you have $1,500?
No, not for this. Not for this.
Let me ask the question again. In your account, at a minimum, did you have $1,500 liquid anywhere?
Yes.
All right, so you ruined my dreams.
Denoda.
You ruined my dreams because
know
all
what?
you had to do
Why
was
don't, go ahead. Go ahead.
all
I'll
you
listen.
had to do was say, you know what?
Mhm.
I may not believe in what it is that Denoda is engaged in, but I believe in him. And that really shows me like where your true loyalties lie, because you are willing
Wow.
to stand in the way like a Mack truck in the way of my
Wow.
dreams.
A
You
Mack
was the
truck.
only thing standing in the way of me and this $10 million.
So you don't think I was being a friend by stopping the madness? Why don't you respond back to the heiress?
I don't have the
You don't
$1,500.
have to. Just say it's on its way and see what she says.
No, because these are big time people. They don't got time for these sorts of games that you're proposing that I engage in with them. It's either you look. I cannot expect them to invest in my dream of becoming a millionaire. I have to be able to demonstrate to them that I'm willing to put myself out there and to do what is necessary to take the appropriate steps. And these are simple steps. I sent the initial $900. I asked you for the other $1,500. You had the $1,500 as you just mentioned. And these are the problems that our relationships are confronted with, where you have one party who, because of they're in this superior position.
Superior. But hold on, Denota. Why didn't you have the 1,500? Pray tell.
Because number one, I had just gone grocery shopping. Number two, I still needed money to go to. I was planning to go to Washington, D.C. to look at some museums, and I didn't want to interfere with that money. And I figured that I would be better served by using your money.
Oh. So you had $1,500 in play money, is what you're saying?
I had about $3,000 in play money.
You had $3,000 in play money, twice what the heiress is asking for. You
Yeah.
didn't want to touch your play money, so you wanted to interfere with my funds.
Exactly.
Oh. Does that
Because
make sense?
that makes more sense. Why am I going to touch my money that I have set aside to do the things that I like to do, that I want to do? It's all about me, my entertainment. And I don't understand why you have a problem with that.
Denota, that finger that you're pointing in my direction
Well,
is out of control.
my apologies. But the point still remains as to how you were willing to put you above me.
My friend, I was willing to put our friendship above this nonsense because there is no 10 million USD. There is no reward.
There is.
The loyalty fee is you
There
being
is.
suckered.
There's plenty of success stories everywhere.
Where have you heard success stories about
There's
sending
success
money to Nigerian
stories.
heiress?
In my mind, I'm just imagining that
You're
there's some
imagining,
success
so
somewhere.
these are
out.
not factual events that have happened
They're factual events. Somewhere in my mind,
in your mind.
somewhere in a newspaper that perhaps I just haven't read yet.
Denota.
There is an account of someone who in fact received, and there's movies about this.
Oh,
There was
I'm
a
sure there are.
movie with Richard Pryor. The name of the movie escaped me, but there was like a rich, wealthy uncle who, upon his demise, left for him to inherit millions of dollars. And there was certainly some conditions. And when I look at that movie, perhaps it's based on reality. Perhaps it's based upon a true story. And so when I look at these fairy tale stories, I say, wow, I deserve this. I'm entitled to live a life of wealth and luxury, a life that does not involve actually going to work every day, clocking in from 9 to 5, being like a regular average person. There has to be a better way. And so that was the mindset that I was in while reading the email that I received from this prominent Nigerian heir to a Nigerian village. And you got to keep in mind, like, everyone doesn't get these types of opportunities. And so when I was presented with this type of opportunity, I had to make a decision whether or not that I was going to pursue my dream, and become wealthy in the blink of an eye. And what is $900 to get $10 million? How is that any different than buying a scratch-off ticket from a lottery store? And you pay $20, you pay $15, and you can win $30 million. You can win $50 million. How is that any different?
Okay, like I mentioned, lotteries are state run here in the US of A. Okay. Second of all,
Okay.
there's nothing wrong with wanting more. There's nothing more with wanting luxuries. There's nothing more with not wanting to work hard every day. I completely understand, right? But
Okay.
but Denota, when you got this letter, deep down in your gut, weren't you suspicious? Didn't you suspect this was a scam?
I
There was
wasn't because
nothing
I
in your
was in the
core?
it's psychologists refer to it as the money hungry state. I was in a money hungry state. I was just seeing green, green, green. And so and again, when you look at the $900 compared to that $10 scratch off, I mean, who's running a real scam here? I mean, I take offense, I take umbrage rather with the notion that, well, just because this opportunity is coming from overseas, that there's something nefarious about it. But we're perfectly okay with spending $10 at the lottery store for a ticket that's gonna, you could potentially win $50 million. How is that any different?
But Denota,
So the government of the United States could run a scam, but we take offense to when foreigners run a scam.
of
I'm
course.
confused.
But Denota, if you win the lottery, let's say you win 10 million US dollars through the US lottery, you will get your money. We've seen it on the news. We've seen the
True.
people with their big checks on the news with big smiles on their faces. How could you possibly verify that this would ever happen? In fact, you would have to provide your bank details, correct?
Yes.
So you're giving away your private information to someone you don't know. They're not backed by any entity that you know.
Yeah, but when someone offers me $10 million, that for me is enough for wanting to get to know them better by giving them my information so that way they could get that money over to me as quickly as possible.
Noda, you sent $900 and you got nothing back. You got a request to send more money. Doesn't that show you that it's not legit?
I think there's a lot of judgment.
Okay.
What I'm hearing coming from you is a lot of judgment.
I'm sorry if you feel like I'm judging you. I really am. But I'm trying to I want you to take those green sunglasses that you talked about, that money green state.
Okay.
I want you to take them off,
Okay.
okay, and see through your normal eyes that was never going to happen. Even if you send this heiress the $1,500 now, that I'm not going to lend you, by the way.
Uh,
If you send it now,
you have something you can sell?
No, absolutely not. Do you have something you can sell? Don't answer that.
Okay.
Don't sell anything. We're not sending the $1,500. We're not.
Okay. Well, listen, I want to extend this offer out to you all out there.
No, don't stop.
I want you to like, share, subscribe, and also write in the comments whether or not you would be willing to be a partner with me in this venture towards, this easy life. We could get together. We could make this money. We could send these important people who are very reliable the $1,500, and we could share in the wealth, and we could just throw egg metaphorically into his face to show her that this is in fact real.
Okay, can I say something?
Please.
Okay, you guys can do what Denota said, or instead let us know if you think Denota's being scammed, and also let us
I'm not
know if
being
you've
scammed.
ever been scammed and what happened. So please subscribe, like, and put down your comments and just let us know.
Listen, this is the Oddity Report, telegram.com, Telegram Network. Thank you for listening. We'll be back with some follow-up. Yeah, Oddity Report, we out.
Bye.